complete live and local 6 o'clock morning edition. Following this from CBS News, 6 o'clock.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
At our southern border.
Tens of thousands of government workers haven't gotten paid in 2 weeks. CBS's Adriana Diaz is in Kansas with furloughed EPA employee Sarah Watterson.
Do your kids sense that something's going on?
Absolutely. They want to know why there aren't certain foods in the house. They want to know why we can't go out to eat, why we can't go to the movies like we would normally go.
A federal judge has ordered the EPA to release tens of thousands of emails between lobbyists and more than 24 agency officials. Elena Saxonhouse is senior attorney at the Sierra Club.
The documents may be relevant to the many rollbacks of public health protections that are happening at the agency right now.
There are good jobs and then there are high-paying jobs. Let's get the rundown on both. Live from CBS's Vicki Barker.
For the second year running, the best job in America is software developer, taking into account both pay and quality of life. Runners-up, statistician and physician assistant. U.S. News & World Report looked at the best jobs across 15 categories. The top 5 highest-paying jobs are all in medicine, with anesthesiologists on top. Healthcare continues to be the most vibrant sector for students and career changers, with employers competing to fill job openings. Deborah?
They've crowned a college football king.
It was one of the most dominant performances in the national championship game.
I feel amazing. Go Tigers!
Clemson controlled the game both offensively and defensively, handing Alabama one of its worst losses ever. Clemson coach Dabo Swinney.
We came in with the mindset that we were going to attack, and we did. The whole night we attacked.
With the win, Clemson ends the season with a record of 15-0. No college team has accomplished that in more than 120 years. Steve Futterman, CBS News at the National Championship game in Santa Clara, California.
A moose on the loose at a hospital in Alaska.
Mama moose.
In Anchorage, physical therapist Stephanie Hupton pulled out her cell phone and started recording the animal chomping on bushes near the entrance. She followed the moose as it walked through a hospital door, stuck in the open position because of the extreme cold. It left after 10 minutes without causing any injuries or damage.
Oh, there she goes. Bye, moose.
S&P futures are up 20. This is CBS News.
You have enough things to worry about every day. Insurance shouldn't be one of them. You can leave worry behind when Liberty stands with you. Liberty Mutual Insurance.
Hi, it's Jamie, Progressive's #1, #2 employee. Leave a message at the... Hi, Jamie. It's you, Jamie. Don't hang up. You need to hear this. You gotta quit wearing that aviator jacket. Nobody's buying it. I'm sorry you have to hear it from me, but at Progressive, we're all about giving it to people straight. That's why we show our rates alongside our competitors' rates. And when you're helping people find great rates, you don't need some jacket to look cool. Just keep rocking that scarf.
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Comparisons not available in all states or situations. Prices vary based on how you buy.
At Walgreens, we know it's cold season again, a time when all you're trying to do is sit everyone down for family dinner, but instead you're coughing and have chest congestion. That's why Walgreens is minutes away to help you find everything you need to feel better, like Mucinex DM, along with expert care that goes beyond the pharmacy. Stop in today for personalized advice and find the right relief right here. Walgreens, trusted since 1901. Now with cards select Mucinex DM products are $12.99 through January 12th. Use as directed.
A late-night talk show host is helping furloughed workers.
Jimmy Kimmel is doing his part to help federal employees affected by the government shutdown.
It's unfortunate that these people, these workers who have nothing to do with this ridiculous wall, aren't getting paychecks, especially right after the holidays. So I wanted to do our part to pitch in. And tonight and every night until the shutdown is over, we're going to put a federal employee to work here at the show, and we were going to begin.
It started last night with a prison guard from a complex in Victorville, California. John Kostelik sat in with the show's band and got paid for it. Matt Piper, CBS News.
A top cancer doctor who resigned for not disclosing millions of dollars worth of payments from drug companies is now working for AstraZeneca. Dr. Jose Baselga left his job at New York's Sloan Kettering Cancer Center in September. He's now heading research and development of cancer treatments for the drug maker. Deborah Rodriguez, CBS News.
So, your doctor says you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Just so happens we've dedicated our entire store to only the best and freshest fruits and vegetables and a whole lot more at Ken Davis Produce. So, what are you waiting on? The doctor's orders. Come see us at Ken Davis Produce, just past the Farmers Livestock Market on 68 and 80 in Glasgow.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
Who will be the future face of Pettigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley. And I'm Daniel Bird. And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pettigo Lessenberry Insurance. Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry, do it.
Been the vital service you depend on daily for your electric, cable, and internet needs, and we hope to provide you even more information and benefits through Facebook and Twitter. Join us today. We are your Glasgow EPB, bringing you the future faster.
Good morning, everybody. Waking up at 7 minutes after the 6 o'clock hour here in WCLU. And we are looking at some birthdays today. We have special folks celebrating already this morning that we know about, including Kimberly Ellis, who has had a birthday. It's also the birthday today of Marjorie Palmore. Cassie Harbison Feast is celebrating. Mary Wilkinson. We're going to, at the bottom of the hour, we don't want to startle the roosters, but we're going to sound the big 40 gong for Justin Browning this morning. Rhonda Underwood is 29. Debbie Depp, happy birthday to you, Debbie. Stacy Lynn Morgan is celebrating. Karen Pollock with a birthday today. Kevin Arms, Jennifer Pennington, Jeremy Lyle, and Jason Huff, all with birthdays today. Anniversary one so far, it's Cody and Caitlin Hogue. Congratulations going out to the Hogues this morning. 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Online, a simple click here at WCLUradio.com. Coming right back, we have complete local news on WCLU.
In retirement, where will your money come from? For many people,
Lessenberry Do It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
57 degrees. It's 10 minutes after 6 o'clock, and this is the Live and Local 6 o'clock morning edition. I'm Henry Royce reporting for WCLU Local News. A Greene County man has been charged with murder after Kentucky State Police units from Force 15, along with the Greene County Sheriff's Department, were dispatched to a fight complaint at a residence located 1 mile east of Greensburg on the Ralph Vaughn Road on Saturday. When units arrived, they located 49-year-old Richard Gregory of Greensburg, unresponsive, with a severe head injury. Now, the investigation reveals that Gregory had been involved in an altercation with his stepson, 31-year-old Robert Cundiff of Greensburg. Detective Nick Davis arrested and charged Cundiff with murder and tampering with physical evidence. Cundiff was lodged in the Taylor County Detention Center. Detective Davis was assisted on the scene by other KSP personnel, the Greene County Sheriff's Department, Greene County EMS, and the Greene County Coroner's Office. A fantastic day in Horse Cave yesterday as ground was broken for an impressive expansion project for Sister Schubert's. The company is to increase the size of its current facility by 120,000 square feet and to install a new state-of-the-art baking line. This will result in the creation of 70 or more full-time jobs. The operations director for Sister Schubert's and T. Marzetti is Steve Blackburn.
It's a great day for Hart County. It's huge for the people here in Hart County. We'll be close to 900 people by the time this expansion's up and running. This plant here will make 7.3 million rolls a day. Dressing plant next door, 1.3 million pounds a day. A lot of great people making this world a better place. I'm proud of everything that's done down here. With the community, their support, all the jobs it's created, the great people that we have here, the workers, that you couldn't ask for anybody. If you take care of your people, you'll win, that's for sure.
A number of corporate, state, and local dignitaries were in attendance to shovel the first shovel of dirt. One of the most excited was Horse Cave Mayor Randall Curry.
Being a part of the Hart County Industrial Authority for about 20-plus years and on the ground floor, being able to get T. Marzetti's here and then Sister Schubert, this is without a doubt a win-win for the people of Horse Cave. You're talking about coming in here this time with a $72 million investment. It's going to increase the workforce here by 80 additional people, and these are good paying jobs here at T. Marzetti's and Sister Schubert, and so that is that's value added for our community.
And Corporate Human Resources Director Jackie Young agrees the expansion is made possible by having good people who want to work.
We know we can expand here in Horse Cave because of the community that we have, the support, and the workforce that we have. We have an incredible workforce between these two facilities, and then the opportunity to grow even more. It makes it easy for us to do because we have the community support and the people here to do the jobs for us. And it's a great opportunity to grow careers as well. We have great leaders. We have Steve Blackburn, we have Shannon and Ronnie, and the HR team here is fantastic, and they do a good job. They take care of the people, and people know it.
Construction is now beginning, with the new line expected to be operational by November. This past Saturday, the Glasgow Police Department responded to Childress Road to check on the welfare of a person. Officers located Kendra Conrad and confirmed that she had an active warrant for her arrest. Officers also located several needles, glass pipes, and methamphetamine inside of the residence. Kendra Conrad of Glasgow was arrested and charged with possession of controlled substance first offense, methamphetamine, and possession of drug paraphernalia. The arrest was made by Officer Andrew Moore and assisted by Officer Zane Greer and Lieutenant Aaron Cowan. News time for WCLU is 6:14. More local news in just a moment.
So, your doctor says you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Just so happens we've dedicated our entire store to only the best and freshest fruits and vegetables and a whole lot more at Ken Davis Produce. So, what are you waiting on? The doctor's orders. Come see us at Ken Davis Produce, just past the Farmers Livestock Market on 68 and 80 in Glasgow.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
It just takes one look at the new facility at 1300 West Main Street, and you can tell the People's Bank is growing. And that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth can be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
TJ Sampson providing TLC, total local.
News time for WCLU is 6:15, 57 degrees. We're looking for a cool down tonight and maybe even some flurries by the weekend. In more local news at this hour, due to an investigation earlier Friday night that involved a minor, Horse Cave police arrested 29-year-old Andrew Goodnight of Horse Cave on Friday at his residence on East Main Street. He was charged with wanton endangerment, first degree, terroristic threatening, third degree, and possession of marijuana. Goodnight was also served a Barron County District warrant for non-payment of court costs and fees. He was lodged in the Hart County Jail in lieu of $5,214 bond. Barron Circuit Court Clerk Chrissy Cole Fields has notified WCLU News that the Kentucky Transportation Cabinet has announced the anticipated rollout of the state's new identity credentials, slated to become available gradually in the counties beginning in March of 2019 through the spring. Now, the Cabinet is spearheading the Confident Kentucky initiative to offer 2 new licenses, permit, and personal ID card versions. Applicants can choose from the next time that they are due to renew existing credentials at their local circuit court clerk's office. The new system is expected to be in place statewide by May and is part of the effort to introduce a new Real ID compliant credential by boosting the security of all card production and issuance. Upon implementation, Kentuckians will choose between a new standard or voluntary travel ID card version once they are within 6 months of their current card's expiration date. All new card versions will be mailed to applicants 5 to 10 days after applying at their local circuit court clerk's office. A Kentucky driver's license, permit, or other ID in the current and new standard versions will continue to be accepted for U.S. air travel military base entry through August the 1st of 2019. Now, Kentucky expects to maintain further extensions from the U.S. Department of Homeland Security until Real ID enforcement begins October the 1st of 2020. At that point, a new voluntary travel ID card version or any federally accepted form of ID like a passport will be needed for airport security, checkpoint, and entry into the military bases or restricted federal buildings. For Barron County, expect the new ID process to begin around April the 15th. Metcalfe County expected to roll out the application process the same week, while Monroe County will begin 1 week earlier. The Warren County Sheriff's Office was notified of a scam where a subject called a citizen telling them he was with Microsoft and there was a problem with their computer. The caller asked for permission to remotely access the computer to fix the problem. Once access was granted, the caller then stated he located the problem and there was a cost to repair it. The caller then asked for a debit or credit card number and told the owner the transaction was denied. The owner was then instructed to purchase a Google gift card and provide them with the information. Sheriff Hightower is asking citizens of Warren County to be vigilant of phone scams and never give out personal or financial information over the telephone. Governor Matt Bevin has issued a letter to Bill Johnson, the CEO of the Tennessee Valley Authority, regarding the Paradise Fossil Plant in Muhlenberg County and the potential closure of one of the remaining coal-fired units at Plant 3. The letter, dated January the 4th, asserts the closure of Unit 3 would have a devastating impact on the local economy and the long-term reliability of the resilience of the regional and national energy grid. In the letter, Governor Bevin outlined several concerns with a permanent shutdown of Unit 3, including the negative economic impact upon the employees who currently staff the unit. Now, the letter also reiterates Governor Bevin's commitment as governor to coal as an energy source, stating that in Kentucky we respect and value our coal-fired power plants, and we strongly oppose any effort to prematurely retire any of our fleet. 6:19, the WCLU local news continues with news from across Kentucky, and we'll have area funeral announcements as well. Stay with us.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, total local care 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total local care 24/7.
I felt like I was in a hotel, not a lab or a clinic. In my case, my insurance paid for it. Thanks to the TJ Sampson Sleep Disorder Center, dreaming is now my reality.
For more information, please visit tjsamson.org.
From the Kentucky News Network, I'm Jerry Bloom. Police say a teacher has been charged with assault after video on social media showed her dragging a special needs child along a school hallway. The video shows Trina Abrams pulling 9-year-old Alan Jackson along the floor of Workland Elementary School by his arms. Jackson's mother, Angel Nelson, says her son has been diagnosed with autism and has limited speech.
It broke my heart when I saw the video, and I saw all of his new classmates and his friends along the wall watching him being dragged down the hallway.
Greenup County School District officials said Abrams is no longer at the school. KSP is still investigating. Democrats in the U.S. Senate threatening to block all action in that body until Majority Leader Mitch McConnell allows a vote on bills passed by the House to reopen the government. Republicans have the majority in the Senate, but any legislation needs 60 votes to move forward under the body's rules. McConnell of Kentucky says that he won't bring forth any appropriations bill that does not have the support of President Trump. A Lexington Fayette animal care and control officer says if it wasn't for a good Samaritan reporting some abandoned pit bull puppies, the outcome could have been much, much worse.
The caller reported the abandoned dogs early Sunday morning, saying they saw 2 emaciated puppies left near some railroad tracks. Once animal care and control arrived, they found 3 puppies, one of which had died, wearing its collar and covered in a blanket. Officer Shelby Bailey tells WKYT,
if we don't know about something, then we can't respond. So anytime anyone sees anything, animal cruelty, neglect, abuse, we urge them to call us as soon as possible, and we'll get someone out there immediately.
She says the surviving pups are now doing well. Officials are still trying to track down the animal's owner. I'm Suzanne Duval.
And I'm Jerry Bloom.
This is the Kentucky News Network.
Pages of Outdoor Life and Field and Stream magazines will come to life at the Kentucky Exposition Center January 18th through 20th. It's the expanded Outdoor Life Field and Stream Expo, formerly Deer and Turkey Expo. Don't miss this massive display of top hunting, adventure, and outdoor gear. Meet skilled experts who share your passion. Enter the Trophy Buck Contest. Plus, see the archery trick shot demo, the incredible Dock Dogs, the Whitetail Kings, and continuous helpful seminars. Tickets and more info at fieldandstreamexpo.com.
Changes are coming to Kentucky driver's licenses, permits, and personal IDs in early 2019 to enhance security and keep travelers on the move. Cards will arrive in the mail after applying at your local circuit court clerk's office, have a doubled lifespan of 8 years, and feature new pricing. All cards will be available in a new voluntary travel ID version, accepted to board U.S. flights and access military bases once federal enforcement begins October 2020. Visit drive.ky.gov to learn more.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
South Central Kentucky Monuments in Glasgow wants you to know that if you've recently lost a loved one or if you're thinking about a pre-need monument, they're here to make the process as stress-free as possible. With plenty of examples and a multitude of custom options, South Central Kentucky Monuments has the ability to offer you exactly what you want or help steer you in the right direction based on your preferences. Let my friends David, Jerry, and Adam Jesse provide the service and craftsmanship you deserve. To learn more, visit southcentralkymonuments.com.
It's 57 degrees and 24 minutes after 6 o'clock now from WCLU. In area funeral announcements this hour, Leah Elizabeth Carter, age 19, of Gamelia, passed away Monday, December 31st, due to an accident. She was born January 22nd of 1999 in Bowling Green to Laura Wallace McCarty and the late Kelly Carter. She was a member of HOSA and a CNA student at South Central Technical College in Glasgow and employed at the Palace in Red Boiling Springs and a member of the Gamelia United Methodist Church. She is survived by her mother and stepfather, Laura and Gary McCarty of Gamelia, half-brother Justin Bowenbecker, half-sister Leanna Weist of Jacksonville, Florida, stepsister Jennifer Lee Simmons of Portland, Tennessee, grandparents Betty Sue Wallace of Gamelia and Betty York of Nashville, uncles and aunts Mark and Dinah Wallace of Fountain Run, Jim and Lynn Bashong of Nashville, Dr. Michael Carter and Terry Lynn of Tompkinsville, step-aunt and uncle Wayne and Kay McCarty of Franklin, cousins Ashton and Andrea Wallace of Nashville, Dr. Allison Range of Paducah, John Michael Carter of London, Caroline Carter of Bowling Green, Cassidy Carter of Lexington, and Ashton Bashong of Nashville. Funeral services for Leah Elizabeth Carter will be held Wednesday afternoon at 1 o'clock at Strode's Gamelia Chapel in Gamelia. Burial to follow in the Gamelia Cemetery. Visitation begins at 3 o'clock today and continues tomorrow at Strode's Gamelia Chapel. Memorials are suggested to the Gamelia VFD Leah Carter Fund for Rescue and Recovery. Verna Massey, age 88, of Glasgow, died Monday at Signature Healthcare. She was a former employee of Mallory, was a cook at the former Polson's Cafe on the Glasgow Square, and a member of the Point of Grace Church. She is survived by a daughter, Linda Garman, 3 sons, Kenneth Massey, Ricky Massey, and Billy Joe Massey of Glasgow, 5 grandchildren, Ken Massey of Park City, Scotty Garman of Glasgow, Steve Garman of Edmonton, LaCosta Couch, and Brandon Massey, both of Glasgow. 1 brother, Billy Ray Deckard of Glasgow, 7 sisters, Margaret McGuire of Beaumont, Georgia, Ann Key and Agnes Potts of Glasgow, Shirley McLeod of Temple Hill, Laureen Bishop of Glasgow, Betty Smith of Pekin, Illinois, and Carolyn Berry of Austin. 12 great-grandchildren and 2 great-great-grandchildren. The funeral service for Verna Massey will be Friday at 2 at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be after 4 o'clock Thursday and continue Friday morning until time for service. Laney Lee Powell, age 62, of Stanford, formerly of Glasgow, died Monday at Ephraim McDowell Regional Medical Center in Danville. She was born in Glasgow to the late Emil Delk and Mabel Bell Delk. She was a former employee of R.R. Donnelly in Glasgow and Danville. She was also a member of the Baptist faith. Survivors include her husband of 20 years, Jerry Powell, a son, Justin K. Clarkson of Stanford, a stepson, Jerry Powell, 2 stepdaughters, Brandy Lewis and Chastity Abrams, 4 sisters, Linda D. Smith, Dana Brandstetter, Anissa Crick, and Brenda D. Yates, 3 brothers, Chess C. Delk, Emil Delk, and William Terry Delk, 1 grandchild, Kenley Clarkson, and 5 step-grandchildren. The funeral service for Laney Lee Powell will be Friday morning at 11 o'clock at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation will be at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home on Thursday from 4 until 8 p.m. Calvin C. Clemens, age 89, of Tompkinsville, died Monday at Monroe County Medical Center. He was a retired farmer and a member of the Mount Gilead Church of Christ and an Air Force veteran of the Korean War. He is survived by his wife, Mary Doyle Hicks Clements, 2 sons, Steve Clements and wife Sandra, and Galen Clements and wife Angie, all of Tompkinsville, a daughter, Jill Geralds, and husband Donald of Tompkinsville, 3 brothers, Connie Mack Carroll and Clark Clemens, all of Red Boiling Springs, Tennessee, and 6 grandchildren and 7 great-grandchildren. Service for Calvin C. Clemens will be Thursday at 1 o'clock at the Strode Funeral Home in Tompkinsville. Burial to follow in the Clementsville Cemetery in Clay County, Tennessee. Visitation from 4 till 8 Wednesday and after 7:30 Thursday. Memorials are suggested to the Alzheimer's Association. Agnes Virginia Catherine Arden, age 97, of Glasgow, died Sunday at NHC Healthcare. She worked as a cashier at Marsh Supermarkets and was an Avon representative and a homemaker. She was married to the late Robert Arden. For many years, she was a member of the East Main Church of Christ and later became a member of the Refuge Church of Christ. Survivors include 3 sons, Bill Ferguson of Glasgow, Bob Ferguson of Indianapolis, and John Arden of Greencastle, Indiana. A daughter, Jean Arden Hall of New Albany, Indiana. 2 brothers, Burl Hunt of Glasgow and Ray Hunt of Louisville. Sisters-in-law, Delcy Hunt of Indiana, Pearline Hunt of Bowling Green, Loretta Hunt and Margaret Hunt, both of Glasgow. Special friend, Christine Hunt of Glasgow. 19 grandchildren, 57 great-grandchildren, and 9 great-great-grandchildren. Funeral service for Agnes Virginia Catherine Arden will be Wednesday at 2 o'clock at A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burial will be in the Bethel Cemetery. Visitation begins Wednesday morning at 11 a.m. Royce Edgar Milam, age 72, of Summershade, died Sunday at Signature Healthcare of Monroe County. He worked in oil fields and farmed. He was of the Baptist faith. Survivors include a daughter, Melinda Milam of Indiana, 2 sons, Todd and Chris Milam of Louisville, 5 sisters, Greta Roten of 88, Linda Wilson of Park City, Charlotte Shaw of Summershade, Sharon Sampson of Glasgow, and Patty Gentry of Tompkinsville. 3 brothers, Harmon Milam of Summershade, Elvin Milam of 88, and Bobby Milam of Glasgow. Sister-in-law Kathy Milam of Summershade. Funeral service for Royce Edgar Milam will be Wednesday at 1 o'clock at McMurtry Funeral Home. Burial will follow in the Monroe County Memorial Lawn. Visitation begins this afternoon at 2 p.m. Margaret Helen Eddings, age 85, of Glasgow, died Sunday at Signature Healthcare in Glasgow after a lengthy illness. Margaret was retired from Watson's in Glasgow and was formerly employed at Handmacher and Kentucky Pants. She was a member of the Caney Fork Baptist Church for over 50 years. Survivors include her son Charles Eddings and wife Brenda of Edmonton, 4 grandchildren, Misty Garman, Mandy Vibbert, and Dusty Eddings of Glasgow, and Curtis Eddings of Cave City. 3 great-grandchildren, Mary Kate Garman, Logan Clifton Waller of Shepherdsville, and Shelley Vincent. 2 sisters, Nell Glover and Joyce Carver of Glasgow, and a brother, Clifton Waller of Shepherdsville. Funeral services for Margaret Helen Eddings will be at 1 o'clock Thursday at the A.F. Crow & Son Funeral Home. Burials to be in the Glasgow Municipal Cemetery. Visitation begins Wednesday at 2 p.m. Maud A. Neal, age 90, of Burkesville, died Monday at Cumberland County Hospital. She was a member of the Burkesville First United Methodist Church, a graduate of Cumberland County High School, class of 1947, a waitress and a seamstress for Bob Evans. She is survived by her sister, Wilma Johnson of Fort Smith, Arkansas, a brother, Clint Neal of Indianapolis, special family, Kathy Capps, Roy Wheat, John, Jessica, and Owen Capps, Adam, Lydia, Maud, and Lucy Terry, all of Burkesville. Funeral services for Maud Neal will be held Wednesday at 2 at the Norris New Funeral Home. Burial in the Gaines Hill Cemetery in Cumberland County. Visitation begins after 5 p.m. tonight and continues until the funeral hour on Wednesday. The family would appreciate contributions to the Burkesville First United Methodist Church or the Gaines Hill Cemetery in Maud's memory. Service for Emmett Allen Wright, the infant son of Curtis and Brittany Wright of Hardyville, will be today at 1 o'clock at the River Point Church in Munfordville. Interment to be in the Timberlake Cemetery with Brooks Funeral Home in charge. Service for Connie Sue Ennis Reynolds, age 50, of Edmonton, will be at 1 o'clock Wednesday at Butler Funeral Home in Edmonton. Burial to be in the Ennis Cemetery. Visitation begins at 9 o'clock Wednesday and continues until time for service. Service for Connie Joe Beckham, age 66, of Bowling Green, will be at noon today at Hardy & Son Bowling Green Chapel. Burial is to be in the Fairview Cemetery, number 2. Service for Joe Skaggs, age 79, of Brownsville, will be held today at 11 o'clock at the Patton Funeral Home's Park City Chapel. Burial to be in the Light Cemetery. Obituary information is available 24 hours a day, free online at WCLUradio.com. No login is necessary.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good. He'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy. But that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put his heart into it.
57 degrees, 635 WCLU. Let's turn to local sports. In high school basketball last night in girls action, first of all, in the 2A Classic semifinals, it was, or I'm sorry, that's not the semifinals. In the 2A Classic sectional tournament last night, it was the Glasgow girls over Warren East 55-30. Barron County down Thomas Nelson 76-36. Central Hardin over Hart County 80-51. Taylor County over Monroe County 48-33. Russell County beat Campbellsville 63-28. Logan County 64. Owensboro 34. And it was Joe Burns out of Tennessee 71. Russellville 46. Boys action from last night, the Glasgow Scotties in the 2A Classic sectional. Glasgow 91, Warren East 70. It was Butler County 81, Caverna 62. Taylor County 88, Monroe County 53. Edmondson County down Thomas Nelson 76-64. And it was Russellville over Joe Burns High School out of Tennessee 55-50. Now, coming up in high school basketball today, girl-boy doubleheaders. Barron County hosts Warren East. Caverna welcomes Russellville. Monroe County travels to Medcalf County. Cumberland County plays at Clinton County. And Bowling Green goes to South Warren. Boys action tonight. Hart County travels to Campbellsville. Russell County visits McCreary Central. Warren Central's on the road at Hopkinsville. And Greenwood hosts Todd Central. And in girls' games, Allen County Scottsville takes on Franklin Simpson in the quarterfinal round of the Kentucky 2A Championship Sectionals. And Edmondson County entertains Logan County. And that's a check of local sports.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthetic...
Dressed for today with a little commentary from our staff meteorologist, Ray Stajic.
Continuing to see mild weather surge quickly back in on a west-southwest breeze this morning, but as quickly as we're up, we're back down by tomorrow. Much colder air settling in for the rest of the week, and yes, we are still looking at a chance of maybe some wintry precip to deal with by the upcoming weekend. I don't want to get into totals or anything like that. In this business, that's just trouble, right? But there is a chance we could see some accumulations. We'll run through the day with the clouds giving way to sunshine by the afternoon. Could be a shower early. 61 on a west-southwest breeze, less than 20 miles an hour. Tonight, clear and colder by quite a few, 32 degrees. Look at the car thermometer now. What is that? 20-something degrees cooler to colder, but still above average. Sunny and cold tomorrow. The temperatures only rise into the upper 30s, and much colder tomorrow night, 20. Thursday, mostly sunny in the mid-30s. Friday, considerably cloudy with highs in the low 40s, and a chance of rain and or snow on Saturday. Highs low 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stajic from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
Thank you, Ray. Constant coverage. The studio radar screen is showing a little blip on the radar screen along about Hardinsburg over to Litchfield, Kentucky. Just a little bit on the cloudy side out there, but no precip here immediately available in south central Kentucky. Barometers at 29.99. Southwest winds between 7 and 10 miles an hour and 86% humidity. 57 at WCLU.
When was the last time?
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk naturally without daily pain and discomfort. Extreme Prosthetics works with your physician and insurance company to help you get the comfort and function you deserve. Don't let your current discomfort and lack of mobility discourage you. Call the experts at Extreme Prosthetics today for a better, more comfortable life.
First of all, I got to get over here. We owe some people some gongs, okay? First of all, there's a 40 gong that I held off at the top of the hour. Didn't want to wake up the roosters, but it is time to play the gong. It's the big 4-0 for Justin Browning. Happy 40th birthday to Mr. Justin Browning today. Let me get a 60th gong going here, okay? It's the 60th gong for Rose Ann Smith. We got Mr. Tim Coulter having a birthday, Jason Huff, Jeremy Lyle, Jennifer Pennington, Kevin Arms, Karen Pollock, Stacy Lynn Morgan, Debbie Depp, Rhonda Underwood is 29, we understand, Mary Wilkinson, Cassie Harbison Feast, Marjorie Palmore, and Kimberly Ellis all having birthdays today. We have Cody and Caitlin Hogue on the anniversary side of things. I failed to acknowledge, and I'll do that in a minute here, a bunch of folks have tuned in and said good morning on our Facebook Live feed today. It's just busy around the radio station. I don't want to not acknowledge people who are tuned in out there, but we appreciate hearing from folks from all different parts of Kentucky and all different parts of the country saying good morning to us just to make sure what all's going on in the neighborhood. Phones are ringing, and I am going to come right back, and we're going to get into the archives right here on WCLU. So thanks to Ralphie's Fun Center sponsoring the birthdays.
Every month. Lesenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lesenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lesenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local, family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
It just takes one look at the new facility at 1300 West Main Street, and you can tell the People's Bank is growing. And that's because we have great customers who know a thing or two about growth. And what they'll all tell you is, well, the best growth strategy has always been hard work. That's why when it came time for Jerry Anderson to expand his cattle operation, he trusted the growth of his herd to the People's Bank, who worked hard to find the unique solutions to fit his needs. Experience what growth can be like with the People's Bank, working for you.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Anthony Mike. Call me today at 427-6807.
Get to know your local Modern Woodman representative to plan for your financial future and learn about valuable member benefits. Modern Woodman of America. Touching lives, securing futures. Securities offered through MWA Financial Services, Inc., a wholly owned subsidiary of Modern Woodman of America.
All right, 6:42. Let me tell you that it's 57 degrees. Let me add Gladys Sublett to the birthday club today. That is Gladys Sublett, who is joining our list of honorees. I'm going to, if I can get over here to the right piece of paper. Hold on. I'm going to tell you that we're patting on the back today by special request, Justin Browning. Now, here we go. My baby boy's 40th birthday. I'm sure it's too late for person of the day, but thanks so much. He was born during an ice storm January the 8th of 1979. No ice storm for Glasgow today. That is correct, Debbie. That's, of course, Justin's mama, very nice lady, Debbie Browning, nominating Justin Browning to be good as gold today. From back, I guess an ice storm baby there from back in 1979, and a nice fella indeed. So if you happen to see Justin Browning around today, pat him on the back and let him know he's good as gold. Wish him happy birthday from WCLU. And a little taste of Texas. That would be a nice gesture indeed. We got from birthdays to archives. We're just looking at all types of important dates here today. The archives, as we look at 100 years worth of stuff, good stuff. Sam Terry joins me after this word from the sponsors of the archives. We're talking Joseph A. Wade and Ametis is Home Health.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Why the name Fire Pit Spirits? Because your beverage of choice is meant to be enjoyed with good friends, celebrating life, happiness, or just the end of a hard week of work. And, as always, it's meant to be consumed responsibly. So, whatever you're celebrating, gather around your fire pit, because good times are made with the ones you choose to keep in your circle. Fire Pit Spirits. Best selection, best service, best friends.
So, your doctor says you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Just so happens, we've dedicated our entire store to only the best and freshest fruit.
Sam is ready to go on the air live. And Sam, you have told me that you are. We're live, sir. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
It's good to get this information out here and look at some of the things that have shaped our daily life by the way it happened, when it happened, from 100 years. And we got some really good archivists who have a sense of what history, what's important, what should be pushed around here. And don't you think this community has a unique love for its history? There's a lot of people to thank for that, you being one of them, but there's a lot of people who appreciate what we have around here, Sam.
I completely agree, Henry. It's very interesting. I occasionally travel around the state, and I notice that other communities don't have things that we have that relate to their history, and visitors come to town and they go to the cultural center and they're just amazed and wonder, how did you do this? How is this here? And it's a wonderful thing, and we take it for granted far too often.
Yes, we should not do that. We just need to go probably not real far from here and find some places where it's piled up in a box somewhere in a dark warehouse that you couldn't find it if you needed to.
Correct.
We probably know of places like that. Why don't we go back 100 years, though, and look at some of the things. This was a big story in 1919, Sam. This was in the Glasgow Republican. This is about a fellow named Milt Mansfield. Milt Mansfield has been paroled this day in 1919 after serving less than 4 years of a life term for complicity in killing the town marshal, Thurman, who was murdered in 1914. So Mansfield is now at large, but it is said one condition of his parole is that he not remain in the state of Kentucky. Now that is a very interesting condition of his parole.
It is, and even today, more than a century after Town Marshal Thurman was killed, if you go out to the Glasgow Police Department, you will see a small granite memorial there for him near the flagpole.
100 years. It's wild how, that you could, that's a heinous crime, but to be paroled after 4 years, just get out of here. That's all we want. Just don't be in Kentucky. And I don't know what happened to this fella, Milt Mansfield, but nonetheless, I'd say he got off pretty lucky. Just my opinion. 1929, Mr. George W. Page of Game. Remember the city of Game? Mr. George W. Page of Game died last week in his 86th year. He is survived by a son, Garland, and a sister, Ms. Mary Dickinson of Paris, Kentucky. Mr. Page was a native of the section in which he died, and he was a most excellent man. He served in the Confederate Army during the Civil War and has been one of the outstanding men of the county. He was one of 5 former Confederates of the county. So those remaining, this in 1929, were the remaining Confederate soldiers in Barron County. Messrs. S.S. Martin of Cave City, Joe Duval and A.E. Peden of Glasgow, and Mr. Bill Neighbors of Etoile. So here we are, years after the Civil War. We're still keeping up with the Confederates.
It was a point of pride
Yeah.
in that generation, and they were quite celebrated for many years, just as our veterans are today.
Sure.
It's very interesting that long a period of time passed, and we still had veterans from the Civil War around in 1929.
That was a, certainly, to me, there's a lot that I read about that war that would be difficult to remember because of how, just how terrible it was, brother against brother. Let's move to 1939. I like the headline on this. It says here, Rural Electric Juice is on. At last, a number of Barron County homes were enjoying electric lights for the first time tonight. This is in 1939, following throwing of the switch this morning on the first 50 miles of the REA lines by Henry Gardner of the Farmers Rural Electric Cooperative. Other sections are expected to follow in short order. Workmen are now engaged in erecting poles along the Tompkinsville and Jackson highways, while house wiring crews are busily engaged in complete wirings for the second 50 miles. I don't care how you look at it, that's a gigantic undertaking to provide power in rural communities, and there's a whole lot of a whole lot of people who put a lot of time and effort into making sure with the Rural Electrification Association becoming implemented around here, Sam Terry.
Probably one of the most significant changes in the 20th century for the average Barron County home, and we take it for granted.
Yes, we do. Only until it doesn't work anymore.
Life-changing thing.
If we get a little ice storm going here, which we were talking about earlier, folks will realize how much we shouldn't take it for granted.
This is true.
Because the power always goes out in the worst weather conditions to try to fix it. I always admire those folks who have to go and deal with it regardless of the weather. 1949, I like the way this story is written. This is a story that reads as follows. Paste this in your scrapbook for future reference. Somebody here was anticipating we'd have an archives back in 1949 because they're telling us to paste this in the scrapbook. It says Sunday, January the 9th, the thermometer here reached the all-time high of 66 degrees for that date. Folks hereabouts sat on their front porches. They had their windows raised. The fires were out and in general complained of the warm weather. We have never seen anything like it in January. Even the spring flowers are beginning to bloom. That was 1949, Sam.
Sounds a lot like yesterday.
It does, indeed. We were, what was it, 62 was the high temperature yesterday, I think, and we were saying, man, of course, the way I look at it, a day like that in January has got a price to it on down the line. As we'll get down into single digits and we'll say, where was that front porch weather anyway? But I'm sure folks pasted it in a scrapbook and are thinking about it and were reminded of it as of yesterday even. This day in 1959, Mrs. Rogers Dickinson, Mrs. Sam Dickinson, Mrs. Jules Settle, and Mrs. Mitchell Davis, along with Mrs. J.C. Hatcher, entertained with a dinner at the Hatcher home on Joanne Drive Tuesday night. Covers were laid for the following Rover Scouts: Joe Dickinson, Charlie Dickinson, Barty Dickinson, Freddie Ganner, Reuben Garnett, Ronnie Potter, Jerry Davis, Terry Davis, Ralph Huffman, William Settle, Billy Ritter, Barlow Ropp, Donald Craig, and Carol Hatcher. Those are some outstanding youngsters, young Rover Scouts from 1959. And I think that it's fitting that these moms, proud of their sons, were involved in laying these covers to celebrate this, Sam.
A great undertaking for some great folks.
That's right, and to change their lives for sure. This day in 1969, news that John Botts is reelected as the Barron County School Board Chairman. That was a good move. And, you know, we are celebrating School Board Month, and I've been Stephanie Spence up at the Barron County School Board sent me a really nice release on that, which we're going to be sharing about school board week and what all they do and what it takes to have a good school system. In 1969, re-electing John Botts as the school board chairman, that was a big deal for sure.
Certainly was, and you know, serving on the school board is a big deal.
Yes, it is.
Another thing we tend to take for granted, I think a lot of people don't realize that being on the school board is something that you have to deal with every single day, and sometimes all day and all night.
You got to love that.
There's always something.
You don't make anything for doing it, and all you do is wind up, you could make somebody mad, but you're doing it in the interest of having an excellent school system, and I've always admired those willing to step up and make a difference at the school board level, because it's not a job for those who just want to have a title, for sure. This was the day in 1979, Sam, that Glasgow newspaper executive Carol F. Nicely was appointed the Kentucky Commerce Commissioner. Now, Mr. Nicely was appointed in that position, and that's another one where he just didn't lay around and say, boy, I got a title. He worked hard in that position as the Commerce Commissioner as he served his state of Kentucky, starting back in 1979, Sam. 1989, this was the day that firemen from 4 area fire departments battled a blaze for several hours Monday at Dickerson Lumber Company. I'm sure that was a very destructive fire. A lot of combustible stuff out there at Dickerson Lumber Company, and it was just, I'm sure they were appreciative of all the people that fought it, but they had to kind of stop and reconfigure after that fire in 1989, Sam. 1999, we're looking at an advertisement for a grocery store around here. Remember Winn-Dixie?
Yes, I do.
Winn-Dixie had an ad in the Glasgow Daily Times this day in 1999 selling Hickory Sweet Bacon for 99 cents a pound, Kraft Miracle Whip $1.48 a quart, and Breyer's Ice Cream. You get 2 half gallons for $5. That's a deal. Come on out to Winn-Dixie here in 1999 and stock up the pantry. And it was 10 years ago this day, 2009, that we had the sad news about AMAC confirming layoffs at the Glasgow plant. 86 people affected on the layoffs out at AMAC here in 2009. Not the news you ever want to read, but sometimes it's just, you just have to report the news, and that was not the easiest to report, Sam.
That's correct, and a good reminder that just a few months before that was when we had a great economic downturn that continued for a while and affected a lot of lives in our community.
It does happen. That roller coaster really never will go away. It just sort of depends on the surroundings. Make hay while the sun shines. Sam, I thank you for joining us for the archives. I appreciate your wisdom, appreciate your additions here with all this good information that you have, and we'll reconvene, I guess it'll be tomorrow when we look at some more things from our past and give us a lot to reflect upon, right?
Absolutely. We'll see you then.
Thank you. Brought to you by Joseph A. Wade Industrial Hardware Services and Amedisys Home Health. And a big thank you to all the folks at the South Central Kentucky Cultural Center. We love bragging on them, and it's the truth. What we were talking about earlier is that we're just so lucky to have people taking care of what we have and what we've had. And it's 6:57 now at WCLU.
So, your doctor says you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Just so happens, we've dedicated our entire store to only the best and freshest fruits and vegetables, and a whole lot more at Ken Davis Produce. So, what are you waiting on? The doctor's orders. Come see us at Ken Davis Produce, just past the Farmers Livestock Market on 6880 in Glasgow.
TJ Sampson, providing TLC, Total Local Care, 24/7. My husband and I were both admitted to TJ Sampson. They were so good to us, and we will always go back to TJ, your local health care provider. Total Local Care, 24/7.
Glasgow Prescription Center is the culmination of my husband's professional career. When he took over GPC, he didn't want to be just good, he'd already done that. He wanted to be great. And I think his patients would agree that he's done just that. Could he get by with a smaller staff? Sure. The gift shop, the flower shop, delivery people, a brand new facility, none of those things are required to have a pharmacy, but that's why it's not just a good pharmacy, it's a great one. I'm really excited to see what Robert is going to do next because I know he's going to put
home or starting your business or farming operation. I would love the opportunity to gain your business and show you why South Central Bank is filled with people you can count on. South Central Bank, small enough to know you, big enough to help.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
We'll run through the day with the clouds giving way to sunshine by the afternoon. Could be a shower early. 61 on a west-southwest breeze, less than 20 miles an hour. Tonight, clear and colder by quite a few, 32 degrees, but still above average. Sunny and cold tomorrow. The temperatures only rise into the upper 30s, and much colder tomorrow night, 20. Thursday, mostly sunny in the mid-30s. Friday, considerably cloudy with highs in the low 40s, and a chance of rain and or snow on Saturday. Highs low 40s. I'm meteorologist Ray Stidgick from the Weather Channel on WCLU, your home for local.
All right, we've had zero rainfall, even though it looked like rain. We're looking at 57 degrees from WCLU this morning. 7 o'clock, stand by for the live and local 7 o'clock morning edition. This weather update brought to you by South Central Bank.
Who will be the future face of Pedigo Lessenberry? Through expert analysis, we've confirmed their potential. With intense training, we've prepared them for any occurrence. We've taken their strengths and made them stronger. Now it's time to see what they're made of. Presenting the future face of ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Hello, I'm Jared Pursley.
And I'm Daniel Bird.
And we're more than prepared to serve you here at ISU Pedigo Lessenberry Insurance.
Growing with a proud community since 1902.
Lessenberry Do-It Center is Glasgow's only locally owned hardware store, and that means a lot to me. Lessenberry's has been in business for over 100 years. I walk in the store, they know who I am, and I get the help that I need. For me, Lessenberry's is the easiest place for me to shop, simply because it's a local family-owned business, and I feel comfortable when I'm there. And I'm glad there's still a place like that in Glasgow I can go to.
Hi, I'm Fred Parrish here at Parrish Carpet in Glasgow, Kentucky. My parents started this business over 50 years ago, so we know flooring here at Parrish Carpet. We have a large showroom and a big selection in stock. We do custom binding and we do free estimates. We've served a lot of people in the 50-plus years, and we'd like to thank each and every one of you. So if you have a flooring need, come see us at Parrish Carpet.
Find the next...
What do you think? You think we should get ready to play trivia? I think I'm ready to play trivia, so I hope that you have that thinking cap on there. And let's see. Jared Tunks, our young fella punching the buttons today and doing a fabulous job, is also writing down birthdays for me. He just told me that Laura Williams has a birthday today. Happy birthday, Laura. And Alex Miller has a birthday today, too. I hope we got everybody covered right here, but if not, you know we do answer the phone around here. The colder air has arrived.
Find the next great piece for your home at Barren River Consignment, where the inventory is designed to provide something for everyone. Affordable household items from mid-century to home decor, including furniture, artwork, dinnerware, glassware, and more. Each piece is cleaned and polished to ensure the highest quality to become the perfect fit for your home. Barren River Consignment also offers estate and tag sale services. Shop for style without breaking the bank. Barren River Consignment, located on L. Rogers Wells Boulevard in Glasgow.
A college degree can mean the difference between a job.
So, your doctor says you need to eat more fruits and vegetables. Just so happens, we've dedicated our entire store to only the best and freshest fruits and vegetables, and a whole lot more at Ken Davis Produce. So, what are you waiting on? The doctor's orders. Come see us at Ken Davis Produce, just past the Farmers Livestock Market on 6880 in Glasgow.
What do you get if you win? Well, I'm going to tell you what you get. Everybody's really excited about this. Our new sponsor of trivia is Little Caesars. That's right, and you will win a Little Caesars pepperoni or sausage pizza just for answering the following question correctly. Let me hear what's special today over at Little Caesars first.
Listen to the delicious crunch of Little Caesars' new extra most bestest hot and ready thin crust pepperoni pizza for just $6. Hot and ready every day between 4 and 8 p.m. Just walk in and pick up a large, crispy thin crust pizza with the most cheese and pepperoni at the nation's best price of only $6. Little Caesars thin crust pepperoni pizza. One bite and you'll be back for more.
Pizza. Top 4 national pizza chains. Extra most bestest thin crust pepperoni pizza versus large round one topping thin crust pepperoni pizza. Everyday standard menu prices at participating locations plus tax.
All right, here's the question. You got the thinking cap on, 651-9149, 800-956-1023. Here we go. In 1981, this show became the lowest rated television show to ever be renewed for a second season. Now, where were you in 1981? Well, if you were around in 1981 paying attention to television, this show was the lowest rated television show to ever be renewed for a second season. You know, you got to have viewers and listeners to hang around. What was the show?
Andy Griffith?
No, it wasn't Andy Griffith. He was long before. He was renewed long before 81. And his ratings were high, too. Trivia.
Was it MASH?
Wasn't MASH. 1981, this television show was the lowest rated show to be renewed for a second season.
Happy Days.
No one Happy Days. Monday, Tuesday. Trivia.
Gunsmoke.
Wasn't Gunsmoke. Gunsmoke was top rated, and it was done by 81. Trivia.
Father Murphy.
No, not right. But it's a good thought, though. That was a good show, but it didn't have a lot of ratings. We're looking at 1981. This show came out in 81. Didn't have all that good of ratings, but they renewed it anyway. Trivia.
Mork and Mindy.
No, not Mork and Mindy. Well, everybody looks like they hung up, but now here we go. Trivia.
Gilligan Gonzalez.
No, wasn't Gilligan. Trivia.
Dixie Hazard.
No. 1981, this television show was pretty low rated. Actually, it's the lowest rated show to ever get it renewed for another season. Trivia.
Laverne and Shirley.
No, it wasn't Laverne and Shirley. That was very well rated. Trivia.
Sanford and Son.
No, it's not right. One of my favorites. Trivia.
Monsters.
No. All right, I'll give you a little hint. It was on NBC, if that helps you any. It was on NBC. And back in 81, you would have watched NBC on Channel 4. Trivia.
The Resident.
No. Trivia.
Arnie Miller.
No. Trivia.
WKRP in Cincinnati.
No. Good show, though. Trivia.
Was it Soap?
No. It was 1981. It was on NBC. It was the lowest rated show to ever get renewed for a second season. It's a strange way to be in history, but that's it.
Father Murphy.
No, it's not right. Trivia.
The Witch.
No. Wasn't The Witch. Any of them. Trivia.
Third Rock.
No. Trivia.
Dynasty.
No. The lowest rated show to ever get renewed for another season. Trivia.
How are you, 5-0?
No. Trivia.
E.T.
No. NBC. Trivia.
Magnum B.I.
No. Trivia.
Jim Gonzalez.
No. Trivia.
Simon and Simon.
No. 1981. This was when this show came out, and it was renewed for a second season, even though it's the lowest rated show to ever get a second season. Trivia.
Columbo.
Not in Columbo. All right, I don't want the time to get away from us. We're going to take 3 more calls, and then we'll have to say stump. But we got lots of good answers, so I don't want to cut you off while you're trying so hard. Trivia.
Matlock.
No? Trivia.
Hill Street Blues.
There it is. Who's this speaking?
Melanie Watson.
Well, now I know you go back to 1981.
I do.
What do you think about that show?
You know, it was a groundbreaker, and it was on for more than 2 seasons, but starting out, it didn't have great ratings, apparently.
Yeah. NBC executives supported Hill Street Blues in its infancy despite a lack of viewers. And in 1981, it became the lowest-rated series ever renewed for a second season. It was only renewed for 10 episodes, however, and it wasn't picked up for the full season until, as you said, the ratings improved. You live and die by the ratings, so don't ask why. But that was a television show. I was never really a Hill Street Blues fan. I can't remember a lot about the show. And I don't know, Melanie, is it on reruns anywhere, any of these rerun channels, Cozy or whatever?
It may be, but I've not run across it.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was groundbreaking. You are right about that. Hill Street Blues, 1981. Didn't have good ratings, but NBC says, yeah, we'll sign you back up. And, you can maybe, of course, society's a lot different than it was in 81, so it might have a little catching on here this time. You're catching on with a pizza, okay?
All right.
And I know you can handle that.
Absolutely.
Okay, thank you, Melanie.
Thanks, Henry.
Bye-bye. Melanie Watson, that's right. We had a lot of great television shows mentioned, but it's Hill Street Blues. That's the one that became, in 1981, the lowest-rated TV show ever renewed for a second season. Check it out. Hill Street Blues. More.
Extreme Prosthetics understands that when it comes to comfort and function, not all prosthetic devices are made the same. A properly fitted prosthesis can allow you to walk